We finally have our first official piece of Scream 7 marketing, and it comes from none other than Reese's. This gives us our first actual clue at what kind of Ghostface we're dealing with in Scream 7. So let's start with what we actually got. Reese's dropped 2 new ads tied to Scream 7. And at first glance, they look like your typical Halloween-themed ad. Both ads use this glitchy static effect, but it doesn't really look like normal TV static. It looks like lines of code, almost like something's being hacked or controlled. I think these ads are teasing a Ghostface that uses technology, maybe hacking, AI, voice cloning, something that's way more modern. Now this wouldn't be the first time we see Ghostface use technology. In Scream 3, Roman had that advanced voice changer. When the movie released, people said it was ridiculous, and it was very controversial. People said there's no way you can perfectly fake someone's voice. Fast forward to today, and we literally have AI tools that can clone voices in seconds. Then in Scream 5, Ghostface used a voice mask during the hospital scene. That was a super cool detail because it allowed him to actually speak as Ghostface in person, instead of just through the phone. It was the first time we saw Ghostface step out of the shadows in public and still sound like Ghostface. And it's something I hope Scream 7 might bring back, but on a whole new level. So if we connect those dots, Roman's voice changer in Scream 3, the voice mask in Scream 5, and now these glitch effects in Scream 7's ads, it's painting a picture of Ghostface evolving with the times. From landline calls to smartphones to technology. Alright, let's talk about Stu, because he is the biggest thing about Scream 7. Everyone's been wondering for a long time if Stu actually survived. And now with this new Scream 7 marketing, this static TV effect could be pointing directly at him. The glitch effect could represent Stu coming back through screens. Here's a twist, what if it's not really him? What if the new Ghostface uses AI to bring Stu back digitally? Imagine Ghostface hacking into a computer or smart TV and playing a video of Stu. But it's not the real Stu, it's an AI recreation. His face, his voice, his words, all faked by technology to make people think he's alive. It's not just Stu returning, it's other past Ghostfaces as well, like Roman from Scream 3. But again, I don't think they're alive, I think it's all AI. The new Ghostface using technology and hacked footage to mess with everyone. And they're all doing it to mess with Sidney, making her think she's seeing and hearing the killers who destroyed her life, when they're not even real. I really like that idea, I think it's cool, but I just know a lot of people are not going to like this. Stu is 100% going to be in the movie, but when he shows up throughout the movie, and he's not actually alive, a lot of people are going to get mad about that. All that for him not to be alive. Imagine Ghostface using AI to frame someone, or using hacked cameras and smart devices to watch his victims. The possibilities are endless. Ghostface could literally be anyone, not just in costume, but digitally. You wouldn't know who's real anymore. It could very well be a glitchy static TV effect in these ads. But I can also kind of see like lines of code. Is it a static TV effect or technology lines of code effect? Or is it both, which either one would make sense. But I definitely do think it's teasing a technology advanced Ghostface. And if it is, what could the opening scene look like? Here's how I picture it all starting. It'll start off with a character is home alone late at night, they're watching TV, they're on their phone, and suddenly their screen glitches. Things start to look weird, then a static turns into Stu's face. The person leans in closer, confused and scared, and suddenly Ghostface appears behind them. Or maybe Ghostface FaceTimes somebody. Imagine answering a FaceTime call and it's Ghostface. And Scream 5 taught us something. In the opening scene, maybe the character survives, so we walk into the movie not knowing who's safe and who's next. Maybe that's what happens in the opening scene. Now, in one of the ads, there's this red Ghostface mask. Maybe it's just a little effect or an editing choice. But what if it's a new design? Maybe the red mask represents the AI version of Ghostface that exists through screens. Like when you see the red mask, that's not the real killer, it's a virtual one. It would also be a great way to expand the franchise visually. Every time Ghostface evolves, his mask changes. It's subtle, but it keeps the character feeling fresh. What's happening with Sidney in this movie? She spent decades surviving killers who wore the Ghostface mask. But now imagine her facing digital ghosts of people she already defeated. So it's now confirmed Sidney's daughter is officially going to be in Scream 7, which finally gives us a new look at what this story could be about. And this time, maybe it's not about Sidney fighting for herself anymore. It's about her fighting to protect her child. But there's something really interesting about this. What if Sidney's daughter can't see the Ghostfaces? Maybe the Ghostfaces are haunting Sidney specifically. Something connected to her past, something only she can see. That would make things way scarier. Maybe Sidney didn't tell her daughter what happened. That would make sense why she can't see the Ghostfaces. That part is not confirmed. The part where she can't see Ghostfaces. So she may be able able to see the Ghostfaces? I think it's a possibility that she can't. Maybe Sidney's trying to convince her daughter that something's there, something real, and she can't see it. Now here's a crazy theory. What if Sidney's daughter is one of the Ghostfaces? That would be absolutely insane. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but it is Scream, so I might as well throw that theory out there. And honestly, if that does happen, it may not be a bad choice. Imagine Sidney realizing that the thing she's been fighting all these years has somehow passed down to her own child. And if that happens, it's not just another Ghostface reveal. It's personal, it's emotional, and it's painful. This could be the movie where Sidney finally faces not just Ghostface, but the consequences of her entire story, her past, her survival, and what that's done to her own child. But in the end, this little Reese's Scream 7 collaboration may be more than just a candy promotion. Between the technology effects, the red mask, and all the things we know about the movie so far, I think it's pretty clear Scream 7 is setting up for a technology Ghostface, and give us a Ghostface unlike anything we've ever seen before. But of course, this is Scream, so we never really know what's real until the final reveal. So what do you think? Is Scream 7 going full AI? Is Stu really back? Let me know in the comments below, I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, take care.